our own fears, must come face to face with them. How we handle our fears will determine where we go with the rest of our lives, to experience adventure or to be limited by the fear of it. I'm going to read that again. Each of us must confront our own fears, must come face to face with them. How we handle our fears will determine where we go with the rest of our lives. That is, to experience adventure or to be limited by the fear of it. Your dream awaits on the other side of fear if you just let go of that fear of the unknown. The fear of, oh my God, what happens to this comfort zone? What happens to this familiarity that I've created for myself? So you choose for yourself. Do you want to go take an adventure with your life? Find out what waits for you on the other side? Or do you just want to be consumed by fear, be stuck with it, and just, live a very boring, very standard, not outstanding kind of life? Is that what you want? Well, the choice is yours. Now, talking about you making those choices, talking about the brand that is you, is Dr. Wale Akinyemi this morning. This is Advice Circle.
Hello, and great to be here again. Now, when I was younger, there was a cartoon we used to watch called the Flintstones. And the Flintstones had a lot of gadgets that were not even in operation then. But before the Flintstones, there was one called the Jetsons, which was created by the same people that created the Flintstones. And in the Jetsons, you had flat screen TV sets, treadmills, smartwatches, video conferencing, flying cars, microwave ovens, internet, drones, hyperloops. Now, what is phenomenal about this is that the Jetsons was developed in 1962. 1962. What was going on in the heads of the creators, William Hanna and Joseph Barber? What was going on in their heads? 1962. Then, like I said, later on they created the Flintstones. Now, the Jetsons was so ahead of its time, it was cancelled. You know why? Because it was in color. It was cancelled because less than 3% of American homes had color TVs when the show started being broadcast. It was ABC's first show to air in color. Now, my big question, what were they thinking? You see, they saw the world in a totally different way. They saw a totally different world from what they were experiencing. A world that first existed in their minds. Their imagination picked up this concept of the world, and they were not intimidated to create a path for it. They experienced what I call imaginative liberty. What would the world have been if they had not expressed their imaginative liberty? Now, let's look inwards. What are you robbing the world of by not expressing your imaginative liberty? You know, why are many people not able to do this? It's because they are scared of their own authenticity. And that's why today I'm talking about authentic living. When I first started writing songs, I did not know anybody would listen to what would come out of my head. So you can imagine I was shocked. I had gone for a service and this group of people had come. They listened to one of my songs earlier. They said, oh, we want to do it, we want to do it. They did it and people clapped. I was shocked. When I first started writing articles, I didn't know anybody wanted to read what I was writing. And today I have authored 18 books. I was scared of criticism. But I always remember the words of one of my mentors. He said, if you are going to succeed, you need to have thick skin and deaf ears. How many times have you thought of doing something, thought of something that you considered great, but you are paralyzed by the fear of what people would say? And guess what? Your own self-condemnation of your own idea is what robbed you. Now, so you think of it and you do nothing about it, Next thing you hear, somebody has done something about it. It's become big. And then what do? You console yourself by telling your friends, oh, I thought about that. Listen, the world does not respect who thought about it. The world respects who did it. Never write off your own thoughts without giving them a fair hearing, because history is shaped by authenticity. Growing up, we learned about Pythagoras' theorem, Einstein's law of relativity, Newton's law of motion, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. These are people who were not intimidated by their own authenticity, and they put their names on it. I've also developed my own. Besides the songs I've written, which are sung in a quite number of churches, I've written 18 books, authentic books. I even have some of my own thoughts. Wally's law of clusters, Wally's triangle, which I talk about in some of my books. Because I realized that to stand out, I need to be outstanding. And when I am outstanding, I will indeed stand out. Most people look for what has been done in order to copy. And we give it a nice word, benchmark. However, you can benchmark your own imagination. And being able to do this, you need to have defined your brand like we talked about last time. And you need to have confidence in what you have defined. And after you have defined your brand, you need to project your brand. Get it out there. Dare to be criticized. Some people look good because they are not doing anything worth criticizing. So they appear to have a good record. Now, once you've defined your brand, you've projected your brand, you need to feed your brand. You need to keep feeding your brand. That's how to maintain relevance and to ensure that your thinking and your conclusions are fact-based, not based on emotional desires or assumptions. Your confidence needs to border on insanity sometimes, or arrogance, a level of arrogance. But you know what will validate this? Muhammad Ali said, if you can prove it, it's not proud. You will validate this seeming arrogance and stubbornness by the level of study and homework you have done. Because there is no point in being stubborn over assumptions. There is no point in being stubborn over speculations. When you have done your research, you've studied, you've read extensively, you arrive at a point of knowledge based on facts and research that have led you to a conclusion that others don't have, then you're good to go. At this point, your value of yourself will determine how far you will go. So are you ready to be different, or must you fit in? People don't live their authentic lives because they are scared of being different. They are scared of standing out. And listen, they are scared of their own greatness. Listen, some will like you, some will not. Those who will like you don't need to be impressed. Those who will not like you will still not be impressed no matter what you do. But remember, God does not make clones. It is very sad when people who are born as originals live their lives as photocopies. Clones emerge when people do not believe in the power of their own authenticity. Authentic voices shape history, and a fake world is crying out for the authentic. Please volunteer.
Isn't that just powerful? My God, while it does not miss a point, you need to feed your brand. You need to study. You need to research. You need to do the homework. You need to find you. And he says something that is very beautiful, that you were not created for you to become a copy. You are the original thing. You have greatness within you. Do not be scared of the magic that you bring onto the world, because the world needs that magic. So step out and stand out, because you were built to stand out. Whoo! I feel like he was talking to me. I love it. We're going to take a very short commercial break. We will be right back. This is Full Circle with Mwikali. Uko sawa?
Okay.
Nimekumiss pia.
Sasa. Yes.
City.
Yes. 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 Yeah. Yes, I think I do. Yes. Sound check, Pole Aki. Yes, please, sound check. You can say your name. and
Hi,
stuff.
this is Diana.
Hey. Continue now.
Yeah, is it okay?
Keep going.
Okay. Playing the role of Lisa in Perfect Cons. So,
Mnasikia ama nyinyi hata msikii? Aendelee tu. Endelea tu.
Okay. You have a beautiful studio. I
Yeah.
thought it would be colder than this. It's really nice and warm.
Yes, it is. It is.
Thank
They
you.
turned
Very
off the
nice.
AC. Yeah. They turned off the AC because it peaks up on the. See, I ended up just talking. Please continue.
Because the AC picks out on what? This you left sound. Oh, I see.